All right. Hello, everyone. It's time for bed, I think. But first, math. So I will make a little video here to recap kind of what we talked about today and what we'll look at tomorrow, which will be today in your time. But anyway, we were looking at surface area of three-dimensional shapes. Now, today's class, I drew a couple different types of three-dimensional objects. Now we'll see if I can draw them as well as I did today. So, I have a rectangular prism. Ooh, I think that's quite good. Maybe. A rectangular prism. I have a triangular prism. Now, this is not going to be as good, because we determined that I cannot draw these as well. But I think that's all right. Rectangular prism, or triangular prism, and a cylinder. Now, I'm just going to look at rectangular prisms in this video here, but the same goes to find the surface area for any of these three shapes, which will be finding the area of all the faces for each object. So, the faces on this object are going to be the front and the back, the two sides, and the top and the bottom. Interesting that they kind of come in pairs like that. Might be easier for calculations. In this object, I'll have to find the area of the front and the back, and then the three sides that go around. Be careful, they might not always be the same. They all might not have the same area. And then in the cylinder, the last one, we have to find the area of the top, the bottom, and then the outside wrapping around. But, like I said, right now, we're just going to look at some rectangular prisms. So, in a rectangular prism, we have to find the surface area of the sides, the top, the bottom, and the front and the back. So why don't we put some units, some dimensions on this one right here. So let's say we have, let's put some nice ones on. Let's go 3, 4, and 5. So that's a length of 3, or a width, a length of 4, and a height of 5. So if I think about all the shapes on, or all the faces on this object, I have the front and the back, which is going to be 3 by this height, which is 5 right here. So the front and the back are both going to be this shape here, which is 3 and 5. Now the area of any rectangle or square is just the width times the length here. So the area is going to be 5 times 3, and that is 15. So we have the front and the back, which are both 15. So the area of the front and the back is going to be 15 plus 15, which is 30. The area of the side is going to be 5 by 4. So on the side, here we have 5 by 4. And the area of this, in the same way, is going to be the length times, or the width times the length, however you want to say it, which is 4 times 5, and that's going to be 20. Again, we have 2 of those, so this is going to be 20 plus 20. If I put all the calculations right here, I'm not organizing my work very well. 20 plus 20, that's going to be 40. And then the last one, which is going to be the bottom and the top, are going to be rectangles that look like 3 by 4. So I'll have 3 by 4 like this. And then the area of this is going to be 4 times 3, in other words 12. And there's 2 of those, so I'll have 12 plus 12, and that gives me 24. So when I add all of those up, I end up with 70, 80, 94. So the total surface area for this object is going to be 94. Nice to show all that work that way. I could have a different rectangular prism. And I'm going to need to erase this whiteboard soon with some solution. But for now, I'll do another one really quickly. So let's say I had a different looking rectangular prism, maybe a really tall one, like this, like that, and look, maybe something like that. So let's say this one is 10, and then the bottom, let's say the bottom is just a square. So what's going to be nice is that the top and the bottom are going to be 2 by 2. So the area is going to be 2 times 2, which is 4. So this one's going to be 4, this one's going to be 4. And then on the sides, we'll have this side, which is 2 by 10. But this side is also 2 by 10. The back side here will be 2 by 10. And the opposite side will be 2 by 10. So we actually have all 4 sides of this because the top and the bottom are squares. All 4 sides are going to be the same. So we have each side looking like 10 by 2. So the area is going to be 10 multiplied by 2. 10 times 2 is going to be 20. So the total surface area is going to be the top and the bottom, which is 4 plus 4. But then I'm going to have 4 of the sides, which is going to be 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. In other words, that is 2 multiplied by 4 and 4 multiplied by 20. Because we have 4 sides of 20 and 2 sides of, or 2 faces of 4 and 4 faces of 20. It's a bit of a tongue twister. But that's going to be 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times 20 is 80. So this is going to be a nice number, which is 88. And that will be the surface area for that one. Yeah, so that's rectangular, finding the surface area of rectangular prisms. Tomorrow, or one of these days, we'll look at triangular prisms, and yeah, we'll get there eventually. But for now, that's just rectangular prisms, so I will see you in the next video, or the next day.